Hello and welcome. If you are a subscriber to this channel, you may have seen this motherboard before. I reviewed it a few months ago. But it was a short review before it went into my storage server. It was short because this was meant nothing more than a motherboard for my storage server. But there has been a good amount of interest on this board since. So now it's time to take a second look and find more about this motherboard. This motherboard is feature-packed. It has 3 M.2 slots, which is very rare for an ITX motherboard, and it has a physical 16-lane slot for GPU as well as 8 SATA ports. It also has an external USB 2 port on the motherboard itself for server purposes. Finally, it has 2 Intel 2.5 gigabit Ethernet network interfaces. All in all, this motherboard is quite unique in the fact that it looks like it can play various roles. It could act as a desktop motherboard and has features to act as a server motherboard. But there are questions. What speed do the 3 M.2 slots run at? Does the main PCI Express operate at 16 lanes? If so, at what version? Does it support rebar? Those questions are important for desktop users. So, that is what I am going to find out. I will need to install Windows for that, and in order to install Windows, you need TPM, short for Trusted Platform Module. Someone commented on my first video that this motherboard doesn't have it. It does in fact have TPM 2.0, thus Windows 11 is possible. Well, I have good and bad news. CPU-Z is reporting that the motherboard has PCI Express version 4 8 lanes for GPU. NVIDIA 4060 runs at 8 lanes, so that's fine. Anything better than that, you may see some performance drop. I reckon it should be fine up to 5070. Now good news is that the M.2 slots are good. 2 of them run at 4 lanes of PCI Express version 4. 1 runs at 4 lanes of version 3. If you use a PCI Express NVMe extension card, you could run up to 4 M.2 drives on this motherboard. Unfortunately, I saw no PCI Express bifurcation option in BIOS. Finally, it does support rebar. Rebar is a feature that allows GPU to utilize system resources in a more optimal manner. Basically, rebar helps to achieve better frame per second. This feature is especially important for Intel GPUs from what I hear. Well, feature-wise, this is pretty much as good as it can get. The 8 lanes for GPU is disappointing, but they had to divert the extra PCI Express lanes for the M.2 slots. At the same time, given the fact that it cannot support beefy CPUs, it probably shouldn't matter that it cannot support a high-end GPU. With 8 PCI Express version 4 lanes, you are probably safe to use up to mid-tier GPU. Having said that, I would like to remind you that this is first and foremost a storage motherboard. The 8 SATA ports and an external USB 2 port on the motherboard are the clear signs. The 3 M.2 slots can allow you to build a flash drive based storage computer as well, but I can see that it could also be used as a desktop motherboard. Either way, it's undeniable that it is in fact a very interesting motherboard. With a price tag of $92 US, I really don't think anything can beat the bang for the buck. And there is one more thing I need to mention. This motherboard supports both LGA 1200 and 1700 CPU heatsinks, allowing you to use an old CPU heatsink if you have some lying around somewhere. Well, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching and see you next time.